First of all, let's talk about the elephant in the room. That's right, cis, white, male privilege is the elephant in the room. Today, my friends, I'm gonna be smashing the patriarchy with a feminist card trick. That's right, a feminist card trick. They've been held back long enough by disgusting white cis privileged men, and today you finally get a card trick, ladies. Some people might accuse me of white knighting for women or simping. You should be ashamed of yourself. Ladies, you guys are queens. Yes, queen. Slay. Beyonce. So here's a trick dedicated to you guys. Now I just want to take this opportunity to apologize for using this deck of playing cards instead of the queen deck of cards, which is a deck dedicated to the pursuit of having a feminist deck of playing cards. But alas, cis male privilege and the USPS hasn't allowed the deck to ship to me in time. Disgusting. So I guess I'm gonna have to use this deck of cards, but trust me, I've checked my privilege. Now, usually I would call this a prediction. Unfortunately, prediction begins with the letter P, which is the same letter as penis. So I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna call this my women's intuition. That's gonna be my women's intuition, and that's gonna be for later. Sir, what I want you to do is I want you to take this deck of playing cards and I want you to start dealing them on the table, just one at a time. I'll tell you what, as you deal the cards, you could actually mix the cards. You could shuffle them as best you can. Trust me, I'm not going to judge you based on your weight, your appearance, anything related to you. So you could shuffle the cards by throwing them on the ground. But please keep dealing and stop whenever it feels right to you. Again, with consent, please do stop whenever it feels correct. Right there, great. Now, what I want you to do is to pick this pile up, please. Again, I'm asking with consent here. Pick up the pile and deal it into two distinctive piles. Now, you don't have to deal back and forth. You can deal as many cards as you want to whichever pile you want. But when you're done, let's just see what we have here. We have two choices. Sir, ma'am, I'm sorry, I didn't ask for your pronouns before, but as they, them, I assume that we have two packets here of your choosing, and you could pick whichever packet you want. And this isn't going to be one of those magician ambiguity where I'm going to eliminate one. Whichever packet we pick is the one that we will use for this trick, they, them. So go ahead. You want this one right here? Or are you sure I'm going to give you one opportunity to change your mind here, just in case later on you might say, oh, hey, I now regret choosing this packet, and I'm going to send the authorities after you. So are you sure you want to stay with this packet? Yes, perfect. Okay, let's get rid of this one over here. And you have dealt this card over here, the Queen of Clubs. Very befitting of a card trick like this, they, them, because I just so happen to have put the other person of color queen as my maternal instinct, my woman's intuition. And as you could see, you did excellently. You like that, huh? You like that? Was that good for you? It was great for me. It was wonderful for me. And it shows you just the power of women. And it wouldn't have worked with the kings, as a matter of fact. Had I used the kings, it wouldn't have worked. It only works with the queen, which is actually a legitimate thing. It only works with the queen. In this case, the Queen of Spades. It only works with this card right here, the Queen of Spades. Now, this trick is based on a concept known as multiple outs, meaning there are many different circumstances that could take place. In this case, there are two. Now, I'll tell you what there aren't two of, and that's genders. There are many genders. It's fluid. It's like the ocean. It's like waters. But in this case, unfortunately, it's down to a binary, which is going to be how you're going to be able to get the spectator to stop exactly where you need him to. Now, here's the setup. I do have to apologize for the manspreading. I know it's an issue, and I bought a manspreading chair, which is hopefully going to take care of the problem, but hasn't arrived yet. Again, remember, the post is ran by white men and therefore inefficient. So just please, I apologize. Here's the setup and what you're going to need for this. You're going to need both POC queens, POC queens here. Yas queens right here. And you're also going to need the 6 of spades. Why? Why, oh why do we need the 6 of spades? Well, if you look at the Queen of Spades, you notice that her is actually holding a card. She's holding the 6 of spades. If you count, there are 6 spades there. So that's going to be your out, just in case the participant, they, them, decides to pick the 6 of spades. If they don't pick the 6 of spades, well, you have a still wonderful effect in a matching set of queens. So your setup is as follows. You take the 6 and the queen of clubs, you put them on top of your deck. You take the queen of spades as your maternal instinct, and you're going to place that aside, and that's where you're going to use this particular card for. Now you are ready. You are ready to smash the patriarchy with a card trick. And if you want to smash the magicarchy with Academy, then you should check out the Pigcake Magic Academy. $5 a month gets you 2 videos every single week going over card and coin stuff. You get access to all 700 videos and counting the moment you sign up. It's only $5 a month. You get 4 videos every single week. 4 videos. If you join the Mentalism Academy, it's 5 videos because that's an additional video that I post regarding some component of mentalism. Oh boy, oh boy. Check it out. Link is in the description below. Now, what you're going to have the spectator do, you're going to take out your maternal instinct and you're going to place it aside, and you're going to ask they, them to start dealing the cards. Now, here's the thing. Once they get past these two, you're going to make use of a wonderful principle by a magician named Ray Goulet. I believe he's out of Canada. Ray Goulet, I might be incorrect about that particular place, but from my memory, I think he's from Canada. And you're going to tell the spectator they could actually shuffle the cards before they deal them. Of course, it doesn't matter because they've already dealt these 2 bad boys to the table. Yeah, they're definitely bad boys because anything to do with boys is bad. So those cards are dealt to the table, and the spectator could mix the cards up as they deal, and they're dealing cards to the table. Now they stop whenever it is they want, and you're left with a pile. Now here, you might be inclined to do the classic ruse of having the spectator deal back and forth. However, I find that it doesn't matter because you're going to be left in only a couple different positions here. So you're going to have the option to have the spectator deal these set of cards into 2 piles, and they could really deal them however it is they want, as long as it's one at a time. That's something that you need to stress. So let's go over the many different outs that could happen at this particular point. So the spectator is going to deal the cards back and forth like this, or however it is they want. Now, when they get to the last 2 cards, they could do one of a couple things. Number 1, they could place the cards on each pile. So you could have 1 card that's going to be placed on each pile, in which case you could do exactly as we did in performance. You have the spectator pick whichever card they want or whichever pile they want, and you're going to be very clear, whichever pile they pick is going to be the one we use, and the other one is going to be eliminated. At this point, it doesn't matter because you have both outs. You have the queen and the 6. If they pick the queen, well then great, you could show that the cards match in terms of value and suits. If they pick the 6, then you're going to say, oh, well, my prediction was the queen. But of course, the queen being a woman, she's never wrong. Look at what she's holding. She's holding your cards, sir. Sorry, they, them. She's holding the card. She's never wrong because she's a woman. So that could be the other option that you do for that particular handling. Now, let's say the spectator happened to have dealt both cards to the same pile. So now all you need to do is have the spectator pick up whichever pile they want. Now, if they happen to pick up this pile, you go, great, put it on top of the other pile. If they happen to pick up this pile first, you go, great, put that in your hand and put the other pile on top of that. So it looks like they made all the choices, but they're left with whichever one of the outs on top. So either way, you're covered. It doesn't matter. They could deal the cards truly in whatever way they want. Traditionally, for example, in tricks like Max Maven's prediction, they have to deal back and forth. They don't necessarily with this particular handling, which is why I like this one better. And this one's mine as well. So that's also why I like it, because it's mine. Well, I haven't seen anybody else do something like that. But it doesn't matter how they deal. They could deal the cards in whichever pile and you're going to be covered because of the multiple outs contained in the queen. So let's say in this scenario, they've dealt both cards here. I'm just going to tell the spectator. Obviously, I'm keeping track of which pile they've dealt the last 2 cards on. I tell the spectator, I want you to do me a favor. They, them, pick up whichever pile of those you want. If they pick up this one, great. Put it on top of this one. Or just take the top card. However it is you want to handle it, you're going to be left with 1 card on top. And you could show it to be the 6 of spades, which is my favorite outcome because it looks like you're wrong. When you take out your prediction, you go, oh, well, my prediction was actually the queen of spades. But actually look closer, look closer, look closer. And they see the 6 of spades being held by the queen, thus proving that the patriarchy is always incorrect. And the queen knows everything. She knows everything. Man, anything to smash the patriarchy. I'm even using a pink light. Pink, of course, being the color of pussy. So I'm really keeping to the theme here. But that's a nice trick. It's using the principle of multiple outs. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's definitely a fun thing to do. I have a dozen different handlings of how to do this. Some involving psychological forces, other involving different mathematical ploys, invisible dice. And this one is, I think, the cleanest and the one that gives the spectator the most opportunity. I want you to notice at the end, you don't touch anything. You're not touching any cards. They're dealing the cards pretty much the entire time. You take out your prediction, and from there, the cards are in their hands. So it's a very powerful effect, and I really do love that principle of allowing them to deal the cards into two piles where they could deal the cards however they want. The only distinguishing factor here is that they have to deal the cards one at a time. So you might have a spectator that might want to jump to conclusions and cut off a pile. They can't do that. They have to deal the cards one at a time. And you could stress this by telling them, oh, you want to make sure that they have control over the placement of each and every single card. So you could just stress that. And that way it seems a little bit more fair. But apart from that, that's the hot trick here, boys and girls. Not the boys, sorry, the girls. And the allies. And the allies. Only allies here. No boys. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to do all the things that people do when it comes to videos. It really does mean a lot when you guys like and comment, and let me know what your favorite type of smashing of the patriarchy in the comment section below. As far as me, I'm gonna go I don't know, eat some veggie straws. I'm gonna go eat some veggie straws. Look at that. Veggie straw, boys. You already know. Girls, sorry. Man, I need to check my privilege. Really don't know how to end this video. Got my ears pierced, if you didn't notice. This is the cheapest option at the shop. The rest was way too expensive. I chose not to. The only problem is that I have to keep this for 2 months. I have to keep this for 2 months. I don't want these. I want danglies. I want the dangly ones. I want to get something edgy from the 80s that matches my ring. I want to have the whole set here. So I want to put that on my necklace, but I have to, sorry, on my earring, but I have to wait. I have to wait until the wound heals. So I'll keep you guys updated on that.